Hi guys, so we are at the end of day 2 from the FIFA World Cup 2022 in Qatar, and I guess we can draw up some important conclusions since today the final match in each group will start. Okay, to cut it short, I will tell you what is my forecast for the qualification um, in the 18th. So here we go. From the first group, I don't think the Netherlands will have any issue, especially that they will be facing Qatar in the last game. Since Qatar, I think it's the weakest team from this tournament, even though it's the host nation. Um, Best they can do maybe is to obtain a point. I don't think the Netherlands though will accept that, but it's the maximum anyway. So the Netherlands will have maybe 7, worst case scenario 5 points, and they will progress without any doubt. Now my um, the most important game here is Senegal against Ecuador, and I think Ecuador has a moral um, advantage because they drew with the Netherlands, so they have 4 points against the 3 that Senegal has from the victory with Qatar. Therefore, I think, to be honest, that Ecuador will be the team that's going to qualify alongside the Netherlands. From Group B now, England, even though they've draw with the US, a good team, a solid team from the first game, especially when they play against Wales, I don't think England has any problems in qualifying. They have 4 points, a 6-2 goal difference. And the only question here is whom will qualify second. Wales doesn't stand any chance, not because they cannot maybe gather more points, but they have a very weak style of play, and whatsoever it's likely to finish last. Now Iran won the games against Wales, was one of the biggest surprise from this World Cup since Iran had a solid performance. So they are the ones who against the US will dispute the second qualifying spot. Now, given the rivalry between the two nations at any level, anything can happen. So I think this is an open battle still. The only thing is that Iran has the advantage of settling with a draw. If they will make a draw with US, most likely they will be qualifying. So I guess Iran, ironically, but they are the favorites because US needs to beat Iran. Of course, US has this power, but I see how teams are behaving mostly at this World Cup. So from my perspective, Iran will be the first big surprise of the day. I mean, in terms of qualification, they'll qualify most certainly for the first time in their history from the group stage. So let's go to Group C. Group C, after the solid performance of Argentina against Mexico, most likely Argentina will qualify. And I would like to say that I think they will qualify against Poland. Mexico is not the team I thought it will be. So even though they will be performing good against Saudi Arabia, I don't think they can beat the Arabs. So the Arabs played well against Poland. They squeezed Poland a lot, but Poland won. So this is their advantage. To be honest, I don't know exactly how it will be progressing, but my guess is that Argentina and Poland will go hand by hand because this is how things supposed to be. I think it will be somewhere of a draw there, maybe, and another draw between Mexico and Saudi Arabia. And since Argentina and Poland beat both 2-0 the the opponents, so they will have an advantage on goals on Saudi Arabia, even though all four will finish. I mean, no, Poland will finish with 5 points. I guess Argentina would want the victory. I don't think they will be settling for the even scoreline, but I think Poland will be tougher now because they didn't concede any goals. So I think Argentina and Poland will qualify from this group phase, Group C. Now Group D. The question will be whom will be facing France in the 18 finals. Well, it could be Argentina, but most likely it will be Poland. I think so. Now France will win most likely the group. I think they will obtain at least 1 point against Tunisia. Tunisia doesn't stand any chance. But the fight is quite open between Denmark and Australia. Even though Australia has 3 points and Denmark only 1, I guess Denmark is still favorite to beat Australia and eventually qualify. I see Denmark without too many fears qualified from this group. So France and Denmark will go hand by hand like they used to in the past as well. Group E, the second part of the table, is quite an enigma. Spain is for sure qualified, or at least should be, because they had 8-1 goal scoring line after beating Japan 7-0 and 1-1, drawing 1-1 with Germany. In theory, all 3 teams can progress, but I doubt that Costa Rica can beat Germany. If they will be beating Germany, then they will qualify, and I think it will be one of the biggest surprises in the history of football to lose 7-0 in the first group stage game and eventually qualify after winning the 2 other matches and knocking out Germany especially, and even Japan. Japan dominated severely Costa Rica, but Costa Rica won 1-0. Though I think apart from Spain, Germany will be the one to qualify, because I think Germany will make 4 points by beating quite harshly Costa Rica, and I don't think Japan can beat Spain, because Spain cannot afford to lose, because if they will be losing, then their qualification might be jeopardized. It's very unlikely, but I don't think Spain will lose against Japan. So Japan and Costa Rica, I think, will go home after this. I think my bet is that Spain and Germany would qualify. And how grossly I underestimate Spain. I thought Costa Rica would be qualifying at the beginning of the tournament. Now they will be qualifying. Number F, a group that debuted very, very interesting, with Canada dominating from one end to another. Belgium, they didn't score a goal, even they created 23 goal occasions. They lost. Croatia drew 0-0 with Morocco, and it looked like a very boring group, with maybe Canada the favorites. Canada, though, even they've scored 1-0 against Croatia early in the game, they lost 4-1, and because of this and because of the big surprise Morocco beating Belgium 2-0, now Canada is out of the tournament after 2 games. Whom will qualify? Well, without any doubt, I can say that Morocco and Croatia both have 4 points. Belgium has 3, but Belgium in the last match, they will be playing against Croatia, and I don't think they can win, because I saw their style of playing, and they don't stand a chance. So Croatia, and this time Morocco, also a big surprise, will be the ones who should qualify. Okay, Belgium can win. If Belgium will beat Croatia, then they will qualify, but I don't think they have the strength to do that. Last 2 groups, Group G. Brazil already qualified, and they beat very heavily, very, very hard Switzerland. Switzerland has the advantage of having 3 points, and while Cameroon and Serbia have 1 point. In the last game, Serbia is playing against Switzerland, and I think Switzerland shouldn't have any problem. I mean, with 1 draw, they will qualify for sure, because I doubt that Cameroon will beat the shit out of Brazil, to be honest. So I think Switzerland, because of its horrific style of playing, they will progress alongside Brazil from this group. Last but not least, Portugal also qualified already after 2 victories, one against Uruguay, a shitty team. Uruguay is not even near of what we saw in the past. Now Uruguay has only 1 point, Portugal has 6 and qualified. As said, Korea has won and they are playing against Portugal in the last game, so very little chances. Though I think Ghana will has the capacity of beating Uruguay and qualify and progressing through. I see it's a bit forced because Ghana is an African team and they are quite unpredictable, but I think Portugal will progress against Ghana for the next group stage. Well, let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm right. Let's savor the last 4 days of the group stage, and afterwards I'll come back with an update regarding the 18 finals. Bye guys, and